everybody, how you doing? My name is Tommy, and this is the gallery back here at BBQ. And look, I was so taken aback by the flavor in yesterday's cook. I mean, easily one of the best ribs I've ever made in my life. It had a, you know, it had that cherry rub, that pecan rub, along with this bourbon vanilla BBQ sauce. I'll leave a link up above and a link down below. If you have not checked out that video, I definitely recommend that you do so. And like I was saying, it was so good, I'm going to do it again. And this time, I'm going to do it with some beef chuck short ribs. I mean, I've made a lot of ribs, and you can see them all on my channel, plus many others. And there was just something about those ribs. I mean, the flavor, they were just about the perfect rib. You know, had a bite to it. Took it clean to the bone, but like I said, still had that bite. And just the hints of the pecan with the vanilla BBQ sauce, and again with that cherry rub, man. This rub is just is crazy good. So let's take a look what we got here going today. And I'm basically going to do this the same as I did yesterday with the SPG on the first coat, and then I'm going to layer that pecan or pecan, and then I'm going to douse it with that cherry rub. I got cherry wood in the pit, and I'm going to run at 275 straight through. I'm also working with a heat assembly cover, and also a water pan that's built into the side of the grill. We're going to look at that later down the road, but I'm going to use both those things today. And I think that heat assembly pan is going to regulate the heat. If you've seen my my roll test, you get hot spots in the grill, right? Because the heat just kind of comes straight up. Well, this heat assembly sits, this stainless steel sits over the heat assembly, and I think it's going to push the heat control it a little bit better, but we're going to take a look at that down the road. So this is basically what we got going here today. I mean, these are bone in, and some pretty nice looking short ribs here. And there's not really much that we're going to do to these. It's got a little fat on the top. I mean, I'm okay with that. Little fat on the top here. Again, I'm okay with that. Same thing with this one. I mean, these are meaty suckers, man. I mean, I'm okay with all this right here. I don't think I'm going to do anything. Maybe I'll take a little just to break out my old hickory, right? Maybe I'll just trim a little fat off of that sucker right there. What do you think? Maybe maybe take a little bit off on this one. I mean, this fat's not really going to do. It's a harder fat. I mean, some fat is okay. It's going to render down. Okay, but this is a hard fat right there, so we're going to pop that off. A little silver skin here. See if the old hickory can handle that without me taking off a finger. Sure can. And you always want to work with a sharp knife, right? I mean, look, this isn't the best knife to get silver skin off, but that did a good job. I'm going to take a little off of this one. All right, look, that's all I'm going to do to these suckers. I'm going to let these go from there. All right, so basically what I want to do here is going to hit it with the SPG. Let's take this screw top off. I'm going to use no binder. Pat these in. And we want to get it on all sides of the meat, right? Some of this pecan and the smell of this, I mean, this is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. Oh, yeah. And we want to get all sides of the ribs. I hope my And that's looking pretty good right there. And next up is this Heath Riles Rocking Cherry Rub. This is good stuff, man. I mean, it even smells like cherries. You wouldn't think cherries with, well, you wouldn't think cherries with pork, man, but it was just friggin', it was crazy. So I'm sure beef is gonna be the same way. And I'm gonna get a nice, definitely wanna get a nice dosing of this on there. And I guarantee you when I'm out of this, I'll be ordering more for sure. That's my neighbor decides to cut his lawn, right? No big deal. Yeah. What do you think? I think that looks pretty good, right? All right, we got our rubs on. We're going to let these sit for a couple minutes while we tend to the pit. Again, we're running a 275. We got a water pan in, and also I'm using a cherry wood straight in the hopper and also down in the ash catcher. I really want to get that cherry really kicking some butt. So I'll see you over at the pit.
All right, everybody, and here we go. And if not mentioned, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. That way you'll get notified on all of my future uploads, right? And look, leave me a comment down below. It's so much appreciated, and it's just good for the show, right? So if you can leave me a quick hello, that'd be pretty cool, right? So look, I'm going middle shelf. I'm going 275 Fahrenheit cherry wood rolling, and I'm gonna let this sucker go about an hour or two before I open it up. And there you can see my fingers, right? We're 2 hours in. And so look, so basically here what you want to do, right? You want to make sure nothing is burning, obviously. You want to make sure that rub is setting up nicely. You want to make sure you got a good color, and the pullback is also looking pretty good. And we are 3.5 hours in. Again, same thing, check that rub, make sure it's setting up. When I say make sure it's setting up, when you touch it, you don't want it really to come off on your fingers, right? You want it nicely inlaid in the meat and not coming off on your fingers when you touch it. That's when you know your smoking is going good, right? I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more cherry rub. And hit it with a 50-50 apple juice water. And they are looking good. I love the pullback. I love the color. I mean, these are going to be off the hook for sure. Oh, hell, man. You can see that juice. I love these things. You know, these things don't get the fanfare of, say, a brisket or maybe a pork ribs, man, but these suckers are good. I mean, you can do so much with these. You know, from just eating it right off the bone, you can mix it with rice, you can stir fry it, tacos. I mean, the choices are endless, right? Now look, I'm going to tend to that little water pan. This is a little gadget that he gives with you. Easy to refill it, although I'm only down about a quarter of that water pan. So that's pretty good. Look, we're going to look at that in some future videos. But this cook here is about the chuck ribs and that cherry vanilla rub. And there you can see we are 5 hours in. Now I know just from past cooks that we're probably pretty close to being done. And that color is right there, right on the money. That's right where I want it to be. But I'll get out my trusty pen and we'll get a reading in a couple seconds. Oh, yeah. All right, so look, you want to basically move in and out, no resistance like a butter, and you want to be close to that 200 range Fahrenheit, which is exactly where we are. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sauce these bad boys up. Put a little bit more rub on them. That is that cherry rub. And I'm also using that bourbon vanilla BBQ sauce, right? I'll have all these ingredients down below. Oh, yeah. Man. I mean, what can one say, right? And look, we're going to let these go for another half hour, depending on your temperature. I was 200. Look, if you're 205, 206, you let them go for 15 minutes after you sauce them up. Man. Pit is still at a 275 and holding right there. This 1050 is a one amazing piece of machine. Alrighty, total cooking time is 5.5 hours, and I'm going to get these bad boys off, get them on the tray on the cutting board for a taste test. But look at this time. Don't forget, leave me a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, of course, and ring that bell so you get notified on all my future uploads. It's greatly appreciated. And don't forget my Masterbuilt Facebook group. I'll leave the links down below for that also. And just enjoy that view as we take this in live for a taste test. Oh, man.
Alrighty, everybody, and that's it. And yes, that is my neighbor cutting the lawn, of course. And here we go. And look, I know I broke the cardinal sin by saucing up these beef ribs, but hey, it is what it is. And take a look at that bad boy. What I'm going to do is just peel one of these off. Give a cut and take a quick taste and keep these warm for dinner time, right? So look, I'm going to take a little of this honey rub. This is what I'm envisioning. Sprinkle all this bad boy on. Yep, cardinal sin, a little more sauce. And I did hold the pit at 275 through the whole cook. I'll have a time line on the cook in the video. So let's take a look. I'm going to stand up and give these a cut. That is a pretty decent smoke ring, not the best. Let's get a Cheers. Guys, that cherry flavor is just off the hook. It's just amazing. It went excellent with the beef, the pork ribs that I did yesterday, and it goes just as good with these beef ribs. I mean, this cherry rub is an amazing rub. And I'm also getting reports on Heath's garlic jalapeno rub. A couple people recommended I get that to pair up with this, and I do have that on order. So I want to thanks for that recommendation. Let's just take a closer look at this rib. It's a good looking rib for sure. I saw this nice fatty one right here. Oh yeah. You know, where there's fat, there's flavor. All right, guys, look, that's it for this one. I'm going to drop a couple more recipes on the side of me. Check those out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notified on all my future uploads, right? Leave a comment down below. It's very important to the show. And until next time, we shall see you soon.